Hi everyone, I am Arpitha. I help you understand fashion to build a sustainable wardrobe. This is part of a series where I will be talking to sustainable brands and industry experts to make you understand more about sustainability in the fashion world. Today we have Mr. Arvind Joshua, who is part of Tollywood and my senior from NIFT. He designed costumes for well-known movies created by Mr.Shekar Kammula. He works closely with Khadi and handloom artisans. He is working on his new movie as a director, and he published his first novel with name Passion. He is humble and a very good friend. I am proud to introduce you to him. Hello Josh, welcome. I'm happy to have you today here.
Yeah, thanks, Arpitha. Thank you so much.
Let's just go ahead and talk about some handlooms and sustainability. So, my first question to you is, what are the different kinds of handlooms you have worked with?
I think after NIFT, I was at a crossroads what to do and where to work from. Nobody was staying in Hyderabad because Hyderabad doesn't have any industry.
Yeah.
Government industry లేదు ఏమీ లేదు. But then I had a lot of friends with film industry. So I stayed back, and I also had one more reason to stay back because I lost a very close friend of mine. I was in a trauma, and I stayed back in Hyderabad. But I had a lot of friends who were like just growing in film industry as cinematographers, etc. So వాళ్ళతోటి నేను associate అయ్యి I used to meet people and simultaneously look for a job. And I was teaching in a small time fashion designing college called HAFT. Then finally I met a director who was making a film called Anand. So Anand movie ki నేను ఫస్ట్ కాస్ట్యూమ్ డిజైన్ చేశాను. But just before Anand, I took part in an event called Hyderabad Fashion Week. Event there.
Okay.
So it's like అప్పుడు ఫ్యాషన్ కి గ్రో అవుతుంది అనుకున్నాం, and we thought like Hyderabad also is becoming one of the fashion hubs అని ఒక కోరిక ఉండేది. It was like possibility అనుకున్నాం. So I took part in that, and I had to design 3 collections. Out of the 3 collections, one collection was completely handlooms.
Okay.
That was Mangalgiri. అప్పుడే నేను శేఖర్ కూడా కలిసాను, శేఖర్ కమ్ముల తోటి, అండ్ ఐ డిడ్ వర్క్ ఫర్ ఆనంద్. ఆనంద్లో హీరోయిన్ ఏంటంటే షీ ఈజ్ ఎ వెరీ ఇండిపెండెంట్ గర్ల్. షీ ఈజ్ డూయింగ్ ఎ జాబ్, బట్ షీ ఆల్సో టీచెస్ మ్యూజిక్ in the mornings. So she's a very independent and very strong-willed girl. She's not like any other heroines of the Telugu film industry who will come for the dance important. So the entire movie is actually based on her.
Yeah.
I gave her a lot of Mangalgiri sarees. Mangalgiri, appudu nenu chesina collection okati. I had a student when I was in HFT teaching who was fascinated by Mangalgiris. Amma ippudu Mangalgiri. So I saw Mangalgiris and I liked Mangalgiris. So దీంట్లో చీరలన్నీ కూడా నేను ఆనంద్లో మంగళగిరి చీరలు వాడాను. Nizam border అంటే పెద్ద పెద్ద border.
Yeah, I remember that movie. That's one of my favorite movie actually.
But then what she was wearing to office was very synthetic. ఎందుకంటే శేఖర్ కి ఏం నచ్చుతుంది అన్న విషయం నాకు ఇంకా క్లారిటీ రాలేదు అప్పటికి. ఇంకా వాట్ ఈస్ హిస్ టేస్ట్, హౌ ఈస్ హీ ఇమాజినింగ్, బికాస్ హీ సడన్లీ షోడ్ సంబడి అండ్ ఇలా ఉండాలి నాకు సరే. When she's teaching music, let's give her Mangalgiris. It gives a traditional look కూడా, ఎందుకంటే కర్ణాటిక్ మ్యూజిక్ చెప్తుంది. అప్పుడు మనం వేరే ఏమి ఇమాజిన్ చేసుకోలేమని చెప్పి సినిమా ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఒక 60-70% అయిపోయిన తర్వాత వన్ డే అప్పటికి నేను ఏం చేశాను, నా లేబుల్ కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. సో సడన్గా ఈ రోజు బట్టలు కావాలి అని శేఖర్ అన్నారు. అప్పటికి ఇంక రెడీగా ఏం లేవు. ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ షాట్. I had only one choice. I had to go to my exhibition వెళ్ళి అక్కడి నుంచి కొన్ని బట్టలు తెచ్చి I made her wear అనమాట. So I make her wear. So first time శేఖర్ saw her in Khadi and he was like, బాగుంది ఇది అని. సో అప్పుడు నాకు ఐడియా వచ్చింది ఈ అమ్మాయి ఎలా ఉండాలన్న విషయం. సో నాకు కూడా ఫస్ట్ సినిమా కాబట్టి నాకు కూడా పెద్ద ఐడియా లేదు. I couldn't push my idea to him. So the moment he liked it, okay, then we started using Khadis and handlooms also as kurtas. And only sarees తో వాడాము Mangalgiris. Now we start using for her office wear also. Now Anand became a hit.
Yeah.
So Anandlo Mangalgiri vadam, Anandlo Khadi vadam. So this movie became a hit, and he is making one more movie called Godavari.
Yeah. That's also one of my favorite movies. Yeah.
So it's almost an extension of Anandlo heroine character extension.
Yeah.
My fashion designer. So Amai ఒక designer కాబట్టి now I wanted to do more handlooms. So మళ్ళీ ఖాదీ వాడాము. ఖాదీ అప్పటికి ఆయనకి నచ్చింది కాబట్టి త్రిత్వా ఖాదీలోంచి I made a lot of kurtas for her and I teamed up with long Mangalgiri. Mangalgiri మీద కలంకారీ పెయింట్ వేసింది, బ్లాక్ ప్రింటెడ్ అండ్ ఆల్సో హ్యాండ్ పెయింటెడ్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ లైక్ శ్రీకాళహస్తి కలంకారీ ఆర్ట్. పోచంపల్లి దుప్పటల మీద కూడా అలాంటివి చేసినవి, అలాంటివి కొన్ని. సో కలంకారీ వాజ్ దేర్, టీమ్డ్ అప్ విత్ ఖాదీ ప్లెయిన్ కుర్తాస్. కింద కూడా ప్యాంట్స్ కూడా వి యూజ్డ్ ఖాదీ ప్యాంట్స్. సో కంప్లీట్ ఒక వేరే లుక్ ట్రై చేశాను. సో అది కూడా బాగానే వచ్చింది. అండ్ ఐ యూజ్డ్ గోదావరిలో నేను ఇవి కాకుండా ఖాదీ మంగళగిరి కాకుండా ఐ యూజ్ చెట్నాడ్ సారీస్ వాడి. ఐ రియలీ లైక్ చెట్నాడ్. అప్పట్లో చెట్నాడ్ సారీస్ ఐ వాజ్ ఫ్యాసినేటెడ్ బై ఇట్ అనమాట, చాలా కొత్తగా అనిపించి. సో ఐ యూజ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ చెట్నాడ్ సారీస్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ గోదావరి. సో ఇవి ఎక్కువ వాడాను నేను. అదర్ దన్ దట్ వెనెవర్ దేర్ ఇస్ ఎనీ ఛాన్స్ టు యూజ్ ఎనీ హ్యాండ్లూమ్, పెళ్లి సీన్ లో కానీ శోభనం సీన్ లో కూడా ఉంటుంది. దాంట్లో నేను మంగళగిరి కాటన్ వాడేసాను. వెన్ ఐ వాజ్ వర్కింగ్ ఫర్ దిస్ ఫిల్మ్, అప్పటికే నేను ఫ్యాషన్ షోలు చేస్తున్నాను. ఐ మెట్ ఖాదీ కమిషన్ స్టేట్ డైరెక్టర్ ఇన్ నాంపల్లి గాంధీ భవన్. So I directly went to him and said, can you give me some Khadi fabrics? I'll do a collection for this fashion week, Hyderabad fashion week, and your name would be like in the credits. He said, we are not manufacturers, boss. There are some Khadi samsthas located in small villages of AP and Telangana. What we do is we work for their welfare. We help them to improve their sales. We help them to come up with good designs. This is my idea. We are coordinating agency, Government of India. So we help them to do better sales or better designs and all that. So we need designers. అంటే నేను సరే ఓకే అనుకున్నాను. నాతో పాటు వచ్చిన ఇంకో ఇద్దరు డిజైనర్స్ కూడా వాళ్ళు హైర్ చేసుకుని 2-3 సంస్థలు ఇచ్చి ఈ సంస్థలకి వెళ్ళాలి అండ్ వాళ్ళ ఫ్యాబ్రిక్ చూడాలి, వాట్ దేర్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ చూడాలి అండ్ హెల్ప్ దెమ్ టు గెట్ ఇన్ టు రెడీమేడ్ గార్మెంట్ సెగ్మెంట్. బికాస్ ఖాదీ సంస్థలు ఎట్లా ఉంటాయంటే దే మేక్ ఫ్యాబ్రిక్ అండ్ దే హ్యావ్ ఎ టార్గెట్ కస్టమర్ ఆర్ దే హ్యావ్ ఎ రెగ్యులర్ బయర్ హూస్ 40-50 years old. ఎందుకంటే వీళ్ళందరూ ఎవరు కొన్ని వాళ్ళు ఖాదీ అంటే ప్రేమ ఉంది, గాంధీజీ ఫ్రీడమ్ ఫైట్ అసోసియేట్ అయ్యి సమ్ ఎమోషనల్ అటాచ్మెంట్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళే ఖాదీ కొంటారు. అదర్వైజ్ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ వాళ్ళు కొంటారు, వాళ్ళ పర్సంటేజ్ తక్కువ. దే ఆర్ ది గైస్ యాక్చువల్లీ గివింగ్ ఎ వెరీ రాంగ్ ఇమేజ్ టు ఖాదీ. బట్ దెన్ ఇది వాట్ యు ఆర్ డూ ఇస్ హెల్ప్ దీస్ గైస్ టు మూవ్ ఆన్. దే వోంట్ మూవ్ ఆన్ బట్ యు ట్రై టు హెల్ప్ దెమ్ టు పుష్ ఇన్ టు రెడీమేడ్ గార్మెంట్ సెగ్మెంట్ అని. And it basically change the target customer from 50 years, 40 years plus nunchi 25, bring them down to somebody like you or somebody who's younger who can pick up a top like that. That's the idea. So I used all these fabrics and all these films.
Explain to the viewers or listeners the significance of Khadi and the handloom fabrics.
If you ask, if I'm a designer in US and you're somebody who's interviewing me about explain me about this, first of all you thought a lot man. Right. ఇండియాలోనే మనకి we have a tradition called weaving. Khadi is I think that's like the most ancient form of fabric making.
Yes.
దారం చేత్తో తీసి చేత్తో నేయడం. That's what the caveman did. Whatever, like as we were evolving, first fabric was invented like that. You made a thread, then you wove it together and that became a fabric. So even today it's such a great I think privilege or a great thing that India has a tradition kept alive.
Yes, true.
So many times ఏమవుతుందంటే ఖాదీని హ్యాండ్లూమ్స్ ని మన కల్చర్ తోటి వాటి అసోసియేట్ చేస్తారు. You should look at it like a skill which man as he was evolving, he invented fire, he invented wheel, then he invented something like fabric. The process is called Khadi and it is still alive today. It's not there in many countries. So Indiaలో ఉన్న ఈ whatever skill which is like ancient skill which is passed down from generation to generation, and on this skill based are many lives. We don't see this in US again, we don't see any of the developed countries again. People are depending upon a skill called weaving. ఖాదీని హ్యాండ్లూమ్ని పుష్ చేయాలంటే ఒక స్ట్రాంగ్ సపోర్ట్ కావాలి. Right? Adi, it's not possible with these Khadi samstha people. Even KVAC, Khadi Commissioner kuda on September 2nd ఒక యాడ్ రిలీజ్ చేస్తారు. దట్స్ ఆల్. అంటే తప్పించి ఖాదీ అంటే ఇది, ఖాదీ వల్ల ఎంతమంది లైవ్లీహుడ్ ఉంటుంది, ఖాదీ వాడడం వల్ల ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్కి, ప్రకృతికి, పర్యావరణానికి ఎంత మేలు జరుగుతుంది అన్న విషయం ఎవరు చెప్పరు.
Exactly. Yeah, true.
సో అది ఎవరు చెప్పకపోతే ఏమవుతుంది జనానికి ఏది ఖాదీ ఏది ఖాదీ కాదు. ఇప్పుడు మనం లగడిగా పూలు వెళ్తే బోల్డ్ ఖాదీ స్టాల్స్ షాప్స్ ఉంటాయి. నన్ ఆఫ్ దమ్ సెల్ ఖాదీ అండ్ దే సెల్ ఖాదీ కాటన్ అంటారు, ఖాదీ లినిన్ అంటారు, ఏ పేర్లు చెప్తారు. అన్లైక్ ఎనీ అదర్ ఫ్యాబ్రిక్, గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఖాదీకి ఒక డెఫినేషన్ ఇచ్చింది. ఖాదీ అంటే హ్యాండ్ స్పన్ అండ్ హ్యాండ్ ఓవన్ కాటన్, సిల్క్ ఆర్ వూల్ ఆర్ బ్లెండ్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ త్రీ. సో ఇట్ కెన్ బి కాటన్ అండ్ వూల్ బ్లెండ్, ఇట్ కెన్ బి కాటన్ అండ్ సిల్క్ బ్లెండ్, సిల్క్ వూల్ బ్లెండ్, ఇలా అవ్వచ్చు. అంతే తప్పించి ఈ కాంట్ మేక్ లినెన్ ఖాదీ.
అదే ఇలాగ ఈ మధ్య కాలంలో ఎన్ని దేర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ వెరైటీస్ కదా, అప్పుడు ఈస్ దిస్ లైక్ గవర్నమెంట్ రూల్?
ఇట్స్ గవర్నమెంట్ రూల్.
ఓకే.
అందుకని ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఖాదీ కమిషన్ ఏం చేశారంటే they came with a brand called Khadi India అనుకుంటా. They have a logo. So they patented this word called Khadi. So మొన్న ఫేస్బుక్ లో నాది ఖాదీ త్రిత్వ ఖాదీ పేజ్ కి I got a what do you call copyright గురించి నాకు వచ్చింది.
Okay, Khadi and word.
Right, you can't use this. And I was like initially shocked. Are this is my own brand కదా. Then I realized they patented Khadi and a word. So if you want to use it as a designer, you have to apply for it. And they'll give you, I think they give you a license to use that.
Okay.
Provided they check that they make sure you're using hand spun and hand woven.
Authenticity. Then they will give. Yeah.
Because everybody is calling it Khadi,
Yeah.
and people who doesn't know my Indian market, my customer key, they don't know.
And there is this GI
tag.
Tag ఉంటుంది కదా, అది ఉందా ఖాదీకి?
GI tag is basically I think for a particular place ఇస్తారు కదా.
అవును.
సో ఖాదీ త్రూ అవుట్ ఇండియాలో ఉంది కాబట్టి ఐ డోంట్ నో విచ్ మొత్తం ఎంటైర్ ఇండియాకి ఇవ్వతారేమో నాకు తెలియదు. బట్ ఐ థింక్ ఖాదీ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ప్రాక్టీస్ ఇన్ పాకిస్తాన్ అనుకున్నా టు సమ్ ఎక్స్టెంట్ అండ్ బంగ్లాదేశ్ మేబీ. జిఐ ట్యాగ్ లేదు ఖాదీకి. బట్ ది బ్రాండ్ దే ట్రైన్ టు సేవ్ దిస్ ఖాదీ అన్న వర్డ్ బీయింగ్ మిస్యూజ్డ్ బై ఎవ్రీబడి అండ్ దట్స్ వన్ థింగ్. నౌ యాజ్ ఎ డిజైనర్ డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ఆర్ నాట్? Another point, right? So there are people whose livelihood is weaving, spinning, and growing cotton or like farming. Are you, as an educated person who has an access to technology and who has power to change lives, like fashion, movies to someone, we given a power. You are given a power to choose a dress, to be on a heroine that would be there on the billboard or a hoarding, that would be reaching out to many people, thousands and lakhs of people. You have that power to select that garment. Which one would that be?
Correct.
So India law, I think when you look at the significance of these fabrics, two ways lo nenu chusta. One thing ఏంటంటే the kind of good it is doing to the environment, right? Significant because it's good for the environment. You keep posting about right how the industrial wastage, right? Textile industry is one of the most damaging industry to the environment. Right? We all know Tirupur, Chala, when I go there, acres of lands don't produce anything because it all got spoiled because of this dyeing industry, chemical industry. So, there is an environment given to you which is being spoiled or killed because of your greed, consumerism, because you want to sell more and more to the people, whether they need it or not. So, you're irresponsible because you're greedy for money and you want to keep pushing this agenda of buy more and it's available more and easily on a click you can buy and all that. There's more purchases, more consumerism happens. Alanti chotla khadi and handlooms are basically they don't contribute to the pollution. Khadi aithe complete ga except for dyeing kuda if you can just I use a lot of kora, unbleached. Unbleached is like it's not even bleached, so this is like pure khadi. There's no harm to the environment at all. Handlooms వచ్చేసరికి కూడా మనకి దారం ఇండస్ట్రీ తయారవుతుంది, weaving is happening by hand. So to the major extent we don't see pollution happening. So that way I think khadi and handlooms are basically saving this earth. They protect this earth from becoming polluted and killing the land or killing the farmlands and making it lifeless. Ala kaakunda cheyadaniki these khadis and handlooms are very vital and very important. That's one thing.
That is very important. I try to explain my viewers the same thing.
Right.
So that's the reason I came to you to talk about it. so that they'll get more knowledge from you.
Yeah. So one way, as a process, as fabrics, they're good for the earth, right? Rendodhi, as you always keep promoting, less is more and down.
Yes.
So today we are so irresponsible in terms of buying so many things, and ultimately throw it, and they don't decompose that easily. Right? All those synthetics don't decompose easily. Khadi and handlooms decompose and disintegrate into the earth quite quickly. Khadi is 6 months like paper, it will become a part of the earth. We see many lands like that, even మన ఇండస్ట్రీ ఏరియా కాకపోయినా, wherever you keep throwing your plastic, you see plants dying there. They don't grow అనమాట. ఎక్కడైతే డంప్ చేస్తారో అక్కడంతా ప్లాస్టిక్ ఉండిపోయి మొక్కలు మొలవు అక్కడ. So that way, even when they are thrown out, they easily disintegrate into the earth, leaving no trace of any itla kaadu. Not like synthetics, not like polyester, not like itla kaakunda, they become a part of the earth and they disintegrate and they just vanish, right? So they die good. They not only live good, they die good. So aa vidhanga chusina sare, it's the only way you can counter this consumerism of buying too much and throwing them back and not knowing what to do with it and all that. A headache lekunda, they die smooth, they die good, right? Other thing is the kind of significance to say, people who are waiting on this, like the weavers, the spinners, the industry, the India is about villages, right? 70% of India is villages, and villages is about farming. They grow cotton or they grow something, then weaving, right? Then handicrafts, చేతి వృత్తులు, కుల వృత్తులతో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. The more we buy these kind of products, the more they'll produce, right? ఒకసారి రాజీవ్ గాంధీ అని మన సీనియర్ డిజైనర్ అతను చెప్పాడు, యూ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ ఇట్ వర్క్ బాస్ అన్నాడు. నువ్వు ఖాదీ చేస్తున్నావు కదా, అన్లెస్ యూ మేక్ ఇట్ కమర్షియల్లీ వైబుల్, అంటే ఎక్కువ జనానికి రీచ్ అయితే తప్పించి you won't be giving much work to those weavers. So you should be successful. People like us should be successful because it does good to the weavers ultimately. Kabatti think smart and do business smart అని చెప్పాడు నాకు. So one way, వాళ్ళందరూ livelihood depend అయి ఉంది. కాబట్టి you should do this. So you should buy it, but not with the sympathy. We have this sympathy that this saree which I am buying, ultimately దీని వల్ల ఒక weaver. You're not doing any favor to them. You're doing a favor to yourselves, because this is your country and you fellow human beings, and it is good for the earth and environment which you live in. Kabatti there you should I think take a step forward and buy these products, because people are making them. The skill shouldn't be dying. The skill should be passed on. Already ఇప్పుడు చూస్తే most of these weavers వాళ్ళ పిల్లలకి ఎవరు కూడా చెప్పరు. Two reasons. The last night I was talking to this lady about it. One thing is they're not financially happy, right? They're not happy because what you're giving is peanuts, and వాళ్ళ పిల్లలు పెద్దోళ్ళు అవుతున్నారు, వాళ్ళ స్కూల్కి వెళ్తూ ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళ స్కూల్ ఫీజులు. They look at their dad, sitting in that house and weaving and toiling and sweating and all that, not making enough of money like a security guard does. Right? And a practicality ki oka dream, oka vision ki dream ki majna constant fight. You work as a security guard, you make a 10,000 or 15,000 solid. You work as a weaver, ఇది అమ్మాలి, లేకపోతే నీకు ఆర్డర్ రావాలి, వచ్చినప్పుడు వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వాలి. ఒకటి ఫైనాన్షియల్గా వర్కౌట్ అవ్వట్లా, రైట్? Designers can make it work. The other thing is the respect. ఇండియాలో ఉన్న కాస్ట్ సిస్టమ్ వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, you're a weaver, but you're a weaver అయితే నువ్వు BC. You're a good cobbler, చేతులు చెప్పులు బాగా కుడతావు, you're SC. Nobody recognize the skill. They only look at you like this thing. ఏమవుతుంది, why should I be known as a BC or SC? Let my son work in MNC where nobody would ask him his caste. So respect, and then for the skill you got, should be treated with respect. And that's what designers have a major role to play. I was just talking Ratri. I heard about some designer. Whenever some big customer walks in it, he makes sure he takes that customer. Once the clothes are done, the customer is happy. He'll show his workshop and introduce his spinners, embroidery guys, carriers and tailors. And these are the guys who made it happen. So not only they'll be paid well, whoever is wearing Virushka or Virat Kohli or Anushka is wearing a lehenga,
Uh-huh.
and she'll be super beautiful. It will be there on all the magazines and newspapers.
Yeah.
There is a karigar who did the embroidery.
Yeah.
Right? The designer who designed this is Sabishachi Mukherjee. Super. But Sabishachi is not the one who made it.
Yeah.
He's not the only one who made it.
Uh-huh.
So Sabishachi or Arvind Joshua or Arpitha would hog all the glory, all the limelight. The ones who actually made it possible wouldn't, వాళ్ళకి ఏమి recognition రాదు.
Yeah.
ఏమవుతుంది, why should I do a job that doesn't even give me money and also doesn't give me any glory?
Yeah.
Right? For my skill, the kind of weaver I am, I should be appreciated అని వాడికి ఉంటుంది కదా లోపల. We see Jamdanis of Upada, we see all these intricate skills చూసినప్పుడు they should be respected, not just Gaurang Shah. I'm just taking names. Sorry for that.
No problem.
ఎందుకంటే నువ్వేదో నువ్వు డిజైన్ ఇచ్చి ఆ వీవర్తో వీవ్ చేయించి ఆ స్కిల్ అంతానేమో వాళ్ళది, పేరు మనది. సో మన లీగ్లో వచ్చేస్తుంది, అరవింద్ జాషువా వచ్చేస్తుంది, గౌరంగ్ షా వచ్చేస్తుంది. What are you wearing? I'm wearing Gaurang Shah, I'm wearing Sabishachi Mukherjee. The pride which is associated with it actually not yours. Maybe if you are Armani, if you are some Italian designer, where you cut the fabric in such a way that it will fall so beautiful. Technology is involved in all that. The technique is involved. Your skill level is shown in that. India lo kaadu. India lo all the I think fashion is either weavers or the karigars, and they are the least recognized talents. So that way I think why these fabrics are significant ante, they're significant because they really are the ones which are giving us the recognition which is worldwide. So as you go into he displays his clothes, New York Fashion Week display cheste, his sources scientifically it's not his cut. Savishas himself says it's not the cut in India, right? It's not the cut, it's not the fall, it's not how it's not about the sewing skills or avi kaadu. India kuda embroidery, surface ornamentation vedarutundi, embroidery kada zardozi. So if those are the guys who are giving you all that you are having today, they should be respected and they should be treated with dignity and with right treatment. Adi undali. I think protecting them should be our top priority. It's very significant because without them there is no Indian fashion. Nobody would look at Indian fashion and say wow. Because వాటి వల్లే నువ్వు మనం ఉన్నాం కాబట్టి I think that way they become significant.
In the present times, how the lives of weavers are changing. What can we do to help them out? You already spoke about it a bit earlier, but if you can give a little extended answer for that.
Sometime back I'm ఒక యాడ్ చేశాను నేను. This actually ad was inspired by real life. నేను ఒక గ్రోసరీ షాప్ దగ్గర కొంటా ఉంటే there is a security guard with a uniform.
Okay.
నన్ను looked at me and said, మీరు వేసుకుంది ఖద్దర్. I was like so shocked because నేను వేసుకుంది ఖాదీ అన్న విషయం even the educated can't tell because they don't know what Khadi is. But this guy was like a security guard with uniform and and he told me it's Khadi. I'm like shocked thinking, you get little Khadi. So I was a weaver. In my village I used to weave exactly the same kind of fabrics. మీరు ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు మీరు అలా? I was so shocked. అక్కడ వర్కౌట్ అవ్వట్లేదు సార్, నేను ఇక్కడ వచ్చి అక్కడ ATM దగ్గర సెక్యూరిటీ గార్డ్గా ఉన్నాను. It's very painful. We look at as a shift of a job and a I look at it as like living a dream. Because I'm a dreamer, you're a dreamer. We all are dreamers who dream of becoming something and making the world realize our potential. I think every artisan, every handicrafts artisan is basically a weaver, a dreamer. I work with a lot of handicrafts people. Whenever I work with them, I work very closely with them. Like I go there, we stay in the same places. Anyone NIFT lo manaku raavada. So I was like with this Kondapalli toys artisan tho odunnanu arts village lo, and I wake up in the morning and I was brushing my teeth and watching through my window. So వాళ్ళు పొద్దునే లేస్తారు, చిన్న ఇల్లు, పొద్దునే స్నానం చేసేసి పూజ గట్ట చేసేసుకొని he'll be sitting outside with his tools, కొంచెం వుడ్, చిన్న చిన్న చిజిలింగ్ అవి చేసే చిన్న కత్తులు ఇలాంటివి ఉంటాయి. And I was like his wife would be cooking something or something. నాకు అనిపిస్తుంది అంటే ఎంత ఇంప్రాక్టికల్ అండ్ you see in Hyderabad, people go to offices, real jobs అనిపిస్తాయి. Right? Real jobs mean అంటే ఏంటి? You do a work, you get a money. End of the month, you will get your money. Right?
Yeah.
For a weaver, for a handy, for a toy, for a wooden toy maker, for a brass artisan in Najaram or Vanipenta or a bamboo or Narsapur lease, even చూసినప్పుడు you are doing something extremely creative, very beautiful, and nobody can do. Very few people can do it. You are given a skill. Very few people are given, right? It's a gift. But the gift is not getting you food in your hand. అనిపిస్తుంది వీళ్ళ వైఫ్ ఏమనిపిస్తుంది, వీళ్ళ అబ్బాయికి ఏమనిపిస్తుంది, పొద్దున్నే లేచి మా డాడీ ఆ బొమ్మలే చేస్తూ ఉంటాడు. అవి ఏమైనా తీసుకెళ్లి లేపాక్షి వరకు ఇస్తే ఆ లేపాక్షి కూడా అమ్మాడని చెప్పి ఒక నెల రోజుల దగ్గర పిలిచి వాడికి ఇవ్వాల్సి వాడికి 25-30% తీసుకుని, బికాస్ ఈజ్ మెయింటైనింగ్ షాప్ దేర్ ఇన్ విజయవాడ, హైదరాబాద్, అండ్ గివ్ యూ 60-70% ఆఫ్ ఇట్. దాని ప్రాఫిట్ ఎంత? This looks such a crazy business. It's like impractical business, and you don't want to do it if you are his son.
Yeah.
So this dream, this this vision, this gift is becoming a curse. So I feel bad, and వీళ్ళకి ఏం చేయాలని ఆలోచించినప్పుడు ఒకటి ఏంటంటే there needs to be a bridge between consumers and the artisans.
Yeah.
Somebody need to. There are consumers everywhere, and they need to be joined with these people. Designers ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? We know that there is a market here, but this guy is not educated enough to exploit it. So let's be exploiters. అను మన వాళ్ళు చేస్తున్నారు. I know many people sitting here in India doing blouses 2 years.
Yeah, I also know many people like that. Yeah.
And వాళ్ళ జాబ్ అంతా ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళ డిజైనర్స్ కూడా కాదు. There is a market. There is a maker. Tailors అక్కడ లేరు, ఇక్కడ టైలర్స్ ఉన్నారు, ఎంబ్రాయిడరీ పీపుల్ ఉన్నారు. సో వాట్ దే డూ ఇస్ దే బికమ్ దట్ బ్రిడ్జ్. అక్కడ నుంచి ఆర్డర్స్ తీసుకుంటారు, వీళ్ళతో చేయిస్తారు, పంపిస్తారు. అండ్ దీనివల్ల వీళ్ళకేం బెనిఫిట్ ఏం అవ్వదు. ఇక్కడ టైలర్స్ కి వ్యూవర్స్ వీళ్ళకేం బెనిఫిట్ అవ్వదు. బెనిఫిట్ అయ్యేది మిడిల్ మ్యాన్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయాలి? ఐ థింక్ మనం చేయాలా, ఎవరు చేయాలో తెలియదు, కానీ ఐ థింక్ వీ షుడ్ be the bridge between the consumers and the makers, creative people.
And we should explain them what it is, the consumers,
right?
And give the best things from here to there, give the good money to these people,
right?
That's the bridge we need to create.
So ఇక్కడ ఏముండాలి? బిజినెస్ కన్నా సర్వీస్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ఉండాలి. అది మనం ఉండలేము. హ్యూమన్ నేచర్ ఈజ్ లైక్ లెట్స్ మేక్ మనీ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్, రైట్? ప్రతిదీ కూడా మనం వీ షుడ్ మేక్ మనీ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్. దానివల్ల ఏమవుతుంది? ఇట్స్ లైక్ బంగారు గుడ్లు పెట్టే బాతుని కోసుకు తిన్నట్టు, యూ ఎక్స్ప్లాయిట్ దెమ్ టు ద మాక్సిమం. వన్ ఫైన్ డే విల్ బి ఫెడ్ అప్ విత్ ఇట్, విల్ బికమ్ ఏ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ వర్కర్
or ATM security.
Gone. You can do nothing without them. You can do nothing.
True. And that art is gone. That person who is at security, that ATM, he's gone. His skill is like gone.
Beautiful skill. Right. I think we should protect them that way. One thing is like make sure they are benefited. For that you should lessen your greed. And not only a consumer we have greed, designers we have a lot of greed. It's very sad actually. When I was working in East Godavarilo, I was doing a banana fiber to చేస్తున్నాను. అండ్ బనానా ఫైబర్ తో చేసిన తర్వాత I had to develop some range of products and I want to do a footwear. So banana fiber yarn laga vastadi, కొబ్బరి తాడు లాగా. Banana also comes as a sheet and weave చేసి వస్తారు. I want to make some footwear and I was looking for is there a cobbler local గా. సో ప్రతి సెంటర్ లో ఉంటారు, కానీ వాళ్ళు ఎవరు కూడా మేము చెప్పులు కుట్టవండి, జస్ట్ కుట్లు ఏమంటే వేస్తాం, తెగిపోతే ఒక 2 కుట్లు వేస్తాం. బట్ వీ కాంట్ స్టిచ్ అంటే అక్కడ అంబాజీపట్నం డి గన్నవరం అనే ప్లేస్ లో దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ గై అని అందరూ చెప్తా ఉన్నారు. వెళ్ళాను నేను. So I sat with him. He's an artist. He sat and he did it. Beautiful job he did. So while he was we were talking, like I sat on his argument కూర్చున్నా. ఆర్టిస్ట్ కి ఎప్పుడు కూడా మనం చూసినప్పుడు why the other cobblers are not doing, why this guy doing, there is a risk involved. The risk of failing. So ప్రతి ఆర్టిస్ట్ కూడా I think the risk of failing ఉంటుంది, right? That's why he becomes an artist. So he made a beautiful pair of footwear and he was telling how people used to love buying footwear from him. And కిరు చెప్పులు ఉండేది రోడ్లు వేసుకుంటే ఏదైనా కొన్ని కాస్ట్ బ్రాహ్మిన్స్ వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువ కొనేవాళ్ళు. People used to love my products. అది అంటే ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఒక స్కిల్ అండ్ రెస్పెక్ట్. ఆయన క్యాస్ట్ బట్టి చూడకూడదు మనం, ట్రీట్ దెమ్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్. డిగ్నిటీ ఆఫ్ లేబర్ ఒకటి ఇండియాలో లేదు. లేకపోవడం ఏమవుతుంది, ఆయన్ని మనం ఒక ఆర్టిస్ట్ లాగా, ఒక స్కిల్డ్ మ్యాన్ లా చూడకుండా ఒక మోచి, ఒక మాదిగాను ఇట్లా చూస్తాం. దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్. ఐ థింక్ వీ కెన్ ఆల్సో make sure they are respected. They'll have the pride. We are all creative people. We know how much ego we got.
Yeah.
Right? You or me, and NIFT lo manaki first night with ego. Right? And the Versace, Gianni Versace says, if you are a designer, you should have ego as big as a truck cutter.
Okay.
And then because we are making, and when we make something, we believe in it. We know it's a good product because we put our heart and soul into it. It might not be kanpichappochu gaani so much thought process goes into it, and you are a maker. You become a creator. On par with God. And God. So you have the ego that I made this man. Ego mankentuntudo aa cheppu route adanu kuda ante untundi, oka viewer kuda ante untundi, because they are like making it. Because society want treat chese vidhanam every day, daily basis lo doesn't match. Nenu designer ga unnappudu, costume designer ga unnappudu, if I go to a producer's office and he makes me wait, like everything you hurt అయిపోతుంది. Because you called me at this particular hour, I came at that particular hour, and you make me sit for an hour and like లోపల నుంచి నాకు బాయిల్ అయిపోతుంది.
I also faced this.
So I love Shekar Kammula and some director like Madan, Mohan Krishna, ఎవరితో వర్క్ చేసానో they are like beautifully treated me always. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, నీ ఈగో సాటిస్ఫై అవుతుంది. ఈగో సాటిస్ఫై అయినప్పుడు ఈగో ఎక్స్ట్రా మైల్ ట్రీట్. సో సేమ్ విత్ నాకు ఎప్పుడు పెద్ద పెద్ద ప్రొడ్యూసర్లు వీళ్ళందరూ, ఫర్ దెమ్ కాస్ట్యూమ్ డిజైనర్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ అనుకుంటాం. బట్ ఐ యూస్ టు జస్ట్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మనీ ఐఎమ్ బౌండ్ డౌన్ బిఫోర్ యూ, లేకపోతే నేను ఎవరో పట్టించుకుని అనుకుంటాం కదా. సేమ్ థింగ్ వుడ్ వర్క్ ఫర్ ఎ వీవర్ అండ్ ఎ కాబ్లర్ కదా. సో వాళ్ళని సొసైటీ కాన్స్టెంట్ గా మిస్ట్రీట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటే వాళ్ళు ఎంత wounded ఉంటారు. దీస్ డేస్ సమ్టైమ్స్ NIFT NIFT లో నన్ను గెస్ట్ లెక్చర్ ఇమ్మన్నప్పుడు, ఆర్ దే గోయింగ్ ఫర్ ఎ క్రాఫ్ట్ డాక్యుమెంటేషన్, దే కాల్ మీ టు గివ్ ఎ లెక్చర్ బిఫోర్ దే క్రాఫ్ట్. ఐ జస్ట్ టెల్ దెమ్, when you go to a weaver, when you go to a handicrafts artisan, don't expect them to be nice to you. Because they are wounded, they are bruised, their ego is bruised, and every day their expectations and the kind of treatment they get doesn't match. వాళ్ళు ఒకప్పుడు NIFT స్టూడెంట్స్ వెళ్తే దే వర్ లైక్ వెరీ నైస్ టు ది స్టూడెంట్స్ అనుకుంటా. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ టుడే యాజ్ అ డిజైనర్ యూ గో టు దెమ్, వాళ్ళు చాలా కేర్లెస్గా డీల్ చేస్తారు. నేను చాలా కొండపల్లి టాయ్స్ ఆర్టిస్ట్ చాలా స్ట్రగుల్ అయ్యాను నేను. దే డోంట్ లిసన్ టు మీ ఓన్లీ, దే డోంట్ పే అటెన్షన్, దే డోంట్ డూ వాట్ ఐ సే. బట్ టుడే వన్స్ ద ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఆర్ రెడీ, ద న్యూస్ వాజ్ ఎవ్రీవేర్, మీడియాలో పోవడంతో వచ్చింది. కొండపల్లి టాయ్స్ని ఒక కొత్త వ్యూలో చూపించాను. But when I was making them, I used to struggle with those guys because they were not listening to me. నాకు కోపం వచ్చేది. But then I understood that these guys are creative people. నేను అంత క్రియేటివ్, అతను అంత క్రియేటివ్, and that creativity is not feeding him. And he goes to home, he might be having an argument with his wife or his son or his daughter about their school fee or college fee or something. అవన్నీ కూడా లోపల పెట్టుకుని, what kind of a skill is this? Why am I not ungifted? like the security guard, or like somebody who's working in a water plant, or somebody who's working, is some practical job laga like in the gift. So this having a gift and not making money out of it, it hurts. Naku as I was doing, I realized it. You're deeply wounded within with all that ego of being a creative person and being humbled because of not having money. Share the glory. Whenever we create something with their help, I think we should give them the enough of due, so that they'll feel proud. They should feel proud. We feel proud. Like today, if you're asking for an interview, I feel good because Arpitha is making her presence on YouTube or Insta, and me being able to talk, makes me feel good. Chinnadaina peddadaina, you feel important. I think that's how we should treat these people. The governments చేయాలి. I just hate the way government deals with these people. And I think that way I think they should be respected for them to continue. Otherwise there is no money, there is no respect. Why the hell should I do it? On a personal side. So share your glory with the world, with them. Tell them they are the reason for your creative abilities being వన్స్ అగైన్ మన వెస్ట్రన్ డిజైనర్స్ ఇది అక్కర్లేదు, ఇండియన్ డిజైనర్స్ కాబట్టి నువ్వు డిజైన్ చేస్తున్న ప్రతిదీ కూడా సవిశేష ముఖర్జీ మోస్ట్ హ్యాపీనింగ్ డిజైనర్. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ ఖాదీస్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ బ్రొకేడ్స్, ఎంబ్రాయిడరీస్. సో ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ, నువ్వు డిజైన్ ఎలా డిజైనర్ అవుతున్నావు, నువ్వు యు ఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఏ రిసోర్స్, రైట్, రెడీలీ అవైలబుల్ స్కిల్, అండ్ యు జస్ట్ అప్లైయింగ్ ఇట్ టు ద ట్రెండ్, రైట్, అండ్ విత్ యువర్ బ్రాండ్ ఇమేజ్. ఇక్కడ మనం కొత్తగా క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది ఏమీ లేదు. దట్ వే we are like indebted to these people. Share your glory and make sure they are given enough of financial security so that they can pass on to the next generation. Value it, value your resources.
Can you throw some light on how to stop the mass production of unauthentic fabrics in the name of handlooms?
I think last time you did a video on kalamkari, right?
Yeah. I did that on your suggestion, and that's the need of the hour. So, ela em cheyachu.
I think two ways when you look at it. Whom to blame for this?
Yeah.
We can't blame the viewers. We can't even blame kalamkari per toti, hand kalamkari per toti, which is supposed to be exclusive and Srikadasti.
Yeah.
You do a screen printing chesesi ammestunnaru, right?
Exactly.
And you feel bad for it. One thing enti, కొన్నిసార్లు even the artisan must be forced to do it.
Yeah.
Right? I think we should never blame an artisan, because artisan, he knows how painful it is to degrade himself, right? ఒక మదర్కి తెలుసు హార్డ్ అండ్ ఒక కష్టపడి ఒక బేబీకి బర్త్ ఇవ్వడం ఎంత పెయిన్ఫుల్. సో ఐ థింక్ ఆర్టిజన్స్ నో దట్ నేనేమో కష్టపడి చేస్తుంటే దానికి నువ్వు వాల్యూ ఇవ్వకుండా స్క్రీన్ ప్రింట్ చేసేసి నా పేరు అమ్మేస్తుంటే నువ్వు కొంటే, ఐ థింక్ it really hurts them to degrade them, even if they degrade. You go to Pochampalli, handloom అంటారు, కానీ పోచంపల్లి హ్యాండ్లూమ్స్ ఆ రేటు రావడం ఇంపాసిబుల్. సో అందరు కూడా ఏం చేస్తారు, పవర్ లూమ్ మీద చేస్తారు, అంటే చిన్న చిన్న ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ తోటి చిన్న మెషిన్ ఏదో చిన్న మోటార్ ఏదో వాడేస్తారు, చేసేస్తారు. Now if you ask those guys, is it handloom అంటే, that guy would feel ashamed. Maybe he's not telling you outside, but he'll definitely feel bad that I'm degraded, because these are creative guys, honest guys. They won't cheat, right? Cheat చేసేది ఎవరు? Somebody who want to make a profit out of it. వీళ్ళు ఇలా ఉండిపోవడానికి కారణం ఏంటి? Because they don't know how to cheat, right? They don't know how to fool a customer and make his product for more money, which a middleman is doing. Right? So artisan మనం ఎప్పుడు blame చేయడానికి. Artisan is always, I think, he's innocent and he's pure. Even if he is corrupted a little, that's for survival. కాబట్టి we should, for selling it, we should never blame a artisan. ఇది నేను విజయవాడ లేపాక్షి ఎగ్జిబిషన్ చూసాను. లేపాక్షి అంటే ఏమనుకున్నా, గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా, గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్, గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ ఉండేది ఒకప్పుడు. అండ్ వెన్ సంబడి వాక్స్ ఇన్ టు ఏ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆథరైజ్డ్ ఎగ్జిబిషన్, you expect to buy original stuff, right?
Yes.
And what they're selling is block printed or screen printed. Block printed kuda kaadu, screen printed kalamkari. We shouldn't call it a kalamkari. It's a screen printed fabric in the name of kalamkari. And gumpulu janam koresta unnaru. And I was like looking at them like I felt bad, because inta anyayama inta. So I think దీన్ని ఎట్లా ఆపాలి అంటే, one thing, those who buy it should have common sense, right? You're willing to shell money, but you don't shell the money at the right place. ఒక వీవర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి డబ్బులు పెట్టవు, కానీ ఎగ్జిబిషన్కి వెళ్తావు, డిజైన్స్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తావు, బ్రాండ్స్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తావు, అండ్ దేర్ యూర్ రెడీ టు జస్ట్ షెల్ యాజ్ మచ్ యాజ్ మనీ యాజ్ పాసిబుల్ టు షో ఆఫ్ ఏదో మొత్తానికి. సో యూ ఆర్ ఇగ్నోరెంట్. ఇండియన్ ఫ్యాషన్ కన్స్యూమర్ ఈజ్ ఇగ్నోరెంట్, స్టూపిడ్. There is this designer, once again I'm telling you, Rajiv. Rajiv used to run a boutique called United Designers Studio, road number 4. He was excellent. He used to do linens and kalamkaris and all. I really liked his work that I mentioned in the book also. ఒక లెవెల్లో ఫెడ్ అప్ అయిపోయి ఈ స్టూపిడ్ కస్టమర్ who doesn't know the value of a genuine product, authentic product, and who's willing to go extra money, shell extra money or any amount of money for a brand. He said that I want foolish customers. నాకు తెలియని వాళ్ళు వద్దురా బాబు, ఎందుకంటే స్మార్ట్ కన్స్యూమర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ షెల్లింగ్ మనీ. as a foolish customer has a lot of money, you want to give away that money to a designer in the name of brand name or your label. So there are consumers who are stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're stupid, every brand is selling them fake stuff. As you said, Fab India, maybe Fab India lo andro handlooms anukuntam. Chala sarlu avi mill made fabrics.
Yeah. There are many. I know the back end story also. There is one more friend of mine who worked there and left the job because they were doing all this.
Enta attitude, their breach of trust.
Yeah, true.
Right? So one thing, same thing with Khadis in Kapur. You think it's Khadi.
Yeah.
What they're selling is not Khadi.
Yeah.
So what's the problem here? You don't know what Khadi is. Kabatti that guy is selling you Khadi linen, Khadi cotton, ఏ పేర్లు పెట్టి రైట్ ఏదో అమ్మేస్తున్నాడు నీకు నువ్వు కొనేస్తున్నావు నీదే తప్పు. So consumer is stupid and he doesn't have an awareness about it. So I think to stop it from that, one thing is, I think which might lead to your next question. Awareness should be created among the consumers, customers. They should know what they're buying. And దీంట్లో మనకి ఇలా తయారవుతున్నందుకు I don't blame the weavers, I don't blame the artisans. Whatever they do to survive. బతకడం కోసం ఇది చేస్తారు. Real people who know it and intentionally exploit a customer by selling fake stuff, they should have a కొంచెం conscience ఉండాలి. You are such a big company and you're still doing cheap tricks to make more money. So I think that's stupid, and we are stupid to allow them to cheat us.
As you said earlier, a greediness తగ్గాలి. Consumers కి తగ్గాలి, ఆ business owner కి కూడా తగ్గాలి. Then there may be a little balance place.
I think this is once again what it comes up to what you say. You keep posting on Instagram. So it's all about you, right? You should reduce the desire for more clothes.
Yes, exactly. Right? It starts from us.
You open your wardrobe and you see how many clothes are enough of clothes.
Yeah.
Right?
And now the situation is what kind of clothes I have.
Right.
So many are there, but what kind of them? If they are nature friendly, earth friendly, then maybe a little is enough.
Right.
Take good care of them and just buy them with a good consciousness.
So your taste undali.
Taste undali. Go to a weaver. Maybe that's the best option for you. Buy from the weaver or buy natural fabrics, not like synthetic ones and have hundreds of them in the wardrobe.
You're right.
I think that also works.
There is a saying that every time you spend money at time, you vote for the world, the kind of world you want to live in.
Yeah.
So every time you're spending a rupee, you're actually voting.
Yeah, true.
What kind of world you want to live in.
True.
So I think power is in us, and what are you buying?
Yeah.
And with what interest are you buying? Are you buying with an awareness? Are you buying because you're carried away by the advertisements or brand images, the labels, and mass acceptance or acceptance of the society? Ivanni kuda they're making you take wrong decisions, making you spend money in the wrong way, and ultimately it's creating a big problem, right? Greed మీద బేస్ చేసుకుని డిజైన్స్ వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు, లేబుల్స్ వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాయి. If only you can control the greed and that acceptance for the other peer group and all that, I think you can make right decisions. Money would go to the right people. And the right world would be made.
Give some tips for the people who want to use handlooms. How to buy, what qualities to look for, how to take care. All those kind of tips.
Once again, I think the moment you decided to buy Khadi or handloom, you made an intentional decision and you are moving towards a responsible fashion, the way you call it. Right? Responsible fashion, responsible towards the environment, responsible towards the economy, or a lot of things. So ఎప్పుడైతే తీసుకుంటామో I think you should grow your awareness towards fashion. మనం మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం and you're talking about this mass production happening in villages, in these weavers places lo. I feel bad for it, ఎందుకంటే ultimately ఒక weaver కి skill కి recognition ఇస్తూనే that making him bonded labor for your product. Right? I think that's worth one thing. Once again, if you look at him as a creative person, you don't do that because వాడేదో డబ్బులు అవసరం కాబట్టి నీ దగ్గర పనిచేస్తూ ఉండొచ్చు. And you exploit him completely and drain him. and leave him dry, and that he would not pass on the skill to the next generation.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you won't have him, you won't have his skill,
Yeah.
and you will be the ultimate loser when you look at it in the long way. So, మా కంపెనీలు కానీ బ్రాండ్స్ కానీ డిజైనర్స్ కానీ ఆలోచించాల్సింది ఏంటంటే ఫర్ ఎ లాంగ్ రన్ ఇఫ్ ఇండియన్ ఫ్యాషన్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ వీవర్స్ అండ్ ఆర్టిజన్స్, ప్రొటెక్టింగ్ దమ్ ఈజ్ లైక్ డూయింగ్ గుడ్ ఫర్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్, రైట్? సో ఎప్పుడైతే నువ్వు వచ్చేవో దెన్ యూఆర్ డూయింగ్ డ్యామేజ్ టు యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇన్ ద లాంగ్ రన్. యూ విల్ బి డ్రైన్ టు వాళ్ళగా నువ్వు కూడా ఏదో రోజు నీ ఆయిల్ అయిపోద్ది, బికాస్ నీ ఆయిల్ వాళ్ళే, దే ఆర్ యువర్ ఆయిల్ అండ్ యూఆర్ కన్స్యూమింగ్ ఇట్. సో దట్స్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్. I think first of all develop a taste towards what all handlooms are there. సడన్గా కొన్నిసార్లు కలంకారీ ఫ్యాషన్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అయిపోయింది మనకి సర్కిల్. ఎవ్రీబడి వుడ్ డూ కలంకారీ, హ్యాండ్ పెయింటెడ్ కలంకారీ ఆన్ శారీస్ ప్రధానంగా చేసేస్తారు. డిమాండ్ పెరుగుతుంది. డిమాండ్ పెరిగిన తర్వాత సడన్గా ఈ భూమి వచ్చేటప్పటికి ఏమవుతుంది, అక్కడ ఆర్టిజన్కి వర్క్ పెరిగిపోతుంది. పెరిగిపోతే ఎలాగోలాగా దాన్ని డెలివర్ చేయడం కోసం ఈ డూ సమ్ స్కిల్, బికాస్ ఈ డజంట్ వాంట్ టు లూజ్ దిస్ మనీ కదా. Same with Pochampalli. Last one season, Pochampalli was like very much in demand. Everybody was with Pochampalli. Prati design to Pochampalli design. Then it lead him to do power loom made chases to more better. ఏమవుతుంది, ఎప్పుడైతే డిమాండ్ పెరుగుతుందో ఆర్టిజన్స్ పాపం ఒక గ్రీడ్ వస్తుంది. ఏంటి, సడన్లీ దర్ ఇస్ సంబడి రికగ్నైజ్డ్ మై స్కిల్, 3-4 డబ్బులు వస్తున్నాయి కొంచెం జేబులోకి, లెట్ మీ మేక్ మోర్ మనీ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ అయినా ఒక విధంగా వస్తుంది. ఏమవుతుంది, ఎప్పుడైతే ఫేక్ అవుతుందో people would know there is no beauty the way munduna beauty లేదు. Then he lose interest in your product and ultimately you will be left. So I think ikkada one thing is when you have a mari trend driven fashion fad driven gaakunda overall awareness about particular textile penchukodam and what is your fabric is very important to understand. What is your style, right? Very few people have individualistic style. Fashion lo when you look at it, it's all about individualistic style, right? Style is better than fashion, because fashion needs mob acceptance, mass acceptance. Style is individualistic, right? We have Rajnikant who style into it. We have very few people like David Beckham had a style. So some people who are fashion icons or they have their individualistic style. So Indian fashion is all about individualistic style and exclusivity, kada, because we are not ప్రతిదీ కూడా ఇన్ని క్రాఫ్ట్స్ జామ్దాని ఉంది, ఇలా మంగళగిరి ఉంది, పేటేర్ శారీస్ ఉన్నాయి, చాలా రకాల శారీస్ ఉన్నాయి. విచ్ మీన్స్ వీఆర్ నాట్ డ్రివెన్ ఇన్ వన్ డైరెక్షన్. we have a lot of variety, just like how India is, it's like a lot of variety in terms of regions, languages, religions, colors, skin tones. Even we are diverse people, right? Unity in diversity. So I think if you develop a taste towards handlooms and khadis and then identify your style. Eppadaithe you identify your style, you will know out of all these things which are kept in front of you, వీటిలో any kind of fabric ఏది, what suits you to your personality. So which means you should have a personality too. Right? That would come from reading and seeing good cinema. So you should evolve as a person. Then you will have a taste towards these handlooms and all. చూడండి, ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఓన్లీ ఎన్లైటెడ్ పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ మోర్ ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్, ఇండివిజువలిస్టిక్ పీపుల్ హ్యాండ్లూమ్స్ ని ఖాదీస్ ని పిక్ చేస్తారు. మిగతా అందరూ కూడా ఏది మనకి రైట్ ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్ లో దొరుకుతుంది. అంటే యూ ఆర్ బికమింగ్ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ కన్స్యూమర్ హూ ఇస్ అ threat to this world. In short, kada. So ఒకసారి ఒక there is architect who I was talking to, and she said బట్లైనా okay, but the people create monuments with such horror that whenever I see it, I don't want to go into the plane only because the creation of that whoever created is like a pain to my eye. Right? So fashion also can be a pain to our eye when you develop sensitivity. So much of abuse of fashion, abuse of textiles, abuse of clothes is happening. You feel bad. నాకు మా ఇంట్లో ఎప్పుడు ఇదే కూడా అవుతుంది. I try to create something and it will take time and my wife won't have time and ultimately she'll buy something. When she takes me to these Reliance malls, even I'll be like, I'm untouched. I don't want to touch anything. I don't want to see these clothes which are like soulless and atmaleni butler. There is no soul in those clothes. There is no effort in it. There is no direction to it. It's just clothes made. And nowadays she herself says, she go to these మ్యాక్స్ ఇలాంటి స్టోర్కి వెళ్తే బట్టలు గుట్లు పడేస్తుంటాయి. అబ్యూస్ ఆఫ్ in the name of fashion, it's abuse of clothes. And that hurts you because ill treatment of, and it's like demeaning basic human necessity.
True.
It's like if somebody throws food on the road and the bothers food is like you respect it. Same thing with clothes right? You can't abuse fashion like that. So I think we should evolve, we should develop a taste, we should identify our fabric. Then you should know how to invest time in maintaining it. I used to compare Khadi తో చేస్తున్నప్పుడు చాలా మంది ఇదే మాటలు. ఒకటి అమ్మమ్మ, ఒకసారి నేను ఒక ఫ్యాషన్ లైన్ చేసి ఈనాడులో ఒక ఆర్టికల్ వచ్చింది, అందరికి నచ్చే అమ్మమ్మ ఫ్యాషన్ అని చెప్పి. సో హిమ్సెల్ఫ్ కాల్డ్ అమ్మమ్మ ఫ్యాషన్, ఓల్డ్ మ్యాన్స్ ఫ్యాషన్. సేమ్ ఒకటి పెద్దోళ్ళే వేసుకుంటారు, వయసు వచ్చిన వాళ్ళే వేసుకుంటారు. I want to break that. అందుకని నేను గోదావరిలో అట్లా పని కట్టుకుని I used handlooms because a girl can look extremely pretty and hot. Even in handlooms and చూపించడం కోసం. Maintaining won't be a problem once you start loving it. Like you maintain a marriage. That there are some things in life which needs maintenance. Kada? So కాబట్టి I think you should take the time out for a bigger cause.
True.
You can't be careless with it. Right? So కొన్ని బట్టలు some of my Khadi kurtas customers used to buy for years. They will wear 3-4 years. ఒకసారి ఒక కస్టమర్ ఒక కొరడు వచ్చి ఎన్నిసార్లు వేసుకోవచ్చింది అన్నాడు. సో ఐ షుడ్ ద వన్ విచ్ ఐమ్ వేరింగ్ పాస్ట్ 3-4 years చేసుకుంటాను. ఇప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంది ఫ్యాషన్, యూ బై సంథింగ్ ఆన్లైన్, ఒక 5 to 8, 10 washes throw it. అంటే ఎంత irresponsible చేస్తున్నాం.
People mindset కూడా is like that. I'll buy it and I'll wear it for 3-4 times and then I'll buy new one.
Cheap fashion, so I'll wear it few times and throw it. దాంట్లో కూడా a lot of ignorance and irresponsibility ఉంది. I think we should move to be more responsible. Your statement. Be responsible. Right? So that way I think you know how to maintain it. Not very difficult. I think once cotton should be starched so that it will have more life. Once in a while, not regularly also. I used to never starch my Khadi kurtas. But konsaarlu once in a while you just strengthen its thread, yarn it. So once in a while if you starch it, it will long last and it will stand better. So
as you know the both sides, what is the difference between designing for a movie and creating a clothing line of your own? Tell us your movie experiences.
That was a teen film. Photo rendo vaadanu Tamannaki. I used a langa one.
Very beautiful scene that.
So yenni chala crazy ideas ivi. I was constantly risking ఎందుకంటే the heroes don't understand. The heroes don't understand. Like community ఇంకొంచెం అర్థం చేసుకునేది చాలా వరకు
because her character is that way in the movie, so she understands.
She's a thinker, she's an intelligent girl. She's from Bengal. She's a Bengali kabatti anukunta. And she used to read a lot. So she has that idea what I'm trying to do. Ala kaanappudu like whenever I tried something new, other heroines they would resist. Like Happiness lo Tamannaki మనం ఇచ్చినప్పుడు Tamanna came from a hardcore commercial cinema అంతకుముందు. Because she's in flops, she worked for Shekar Kammula's Happy Days గానీ otherwise అమ్మాయి అప్పటికి చాలా ఎక్కువ కోట్ చేసి. So she's like one of the she's the most expensive actors on the set. మిగతా అందరూ కూడా బచ్చాలు అందరూ, చిన్న పిల్లలు అందరూ. They were always present, obedient, willing to learn type. కానీ Tamanna is a star, but then our time బాలేదు. So still తమన్నాకి నాకు మధ్య బోల్డ్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్లు అవుతాయి. She would like ఒకసారి ఏదో నేను ఇచ్చింది కాకుండా ఏదో వేసుకుంది అమ్మాయి, అండ్ బై మిస్టేక్ ఐ గేవ్ హర్ అండ్ ద మూమెంట్ షీ వోర్ ఐ రియలైజ్డ్ దట్స్ నాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ వాట్ షీ సపోజ్ టు బి వేరింగ్. లైక్ తమన్నా అది కాదు అంటే లెట్ ఇట్ బి ఫర్ ఎ చేంజ్ యూ గేవ్ మీ సంథింగ్ డిఫరెంట్ అంది. అమ్మాయి అన్న మాటలు నేను షాక్ తిన్నా. అండ్ అమ్మాయి వెళ్ళిపోయింది టు ది సెట్, లొకేషన్కి వెళ్ళిపోయింది. వీఆర్ అట్ సిబిఐటి అనమాట, మా కాస్ట్యూమ్స్ అన్ని ఆ రూమ్ లో ఉన్నాయి. అమ్మ ఇలా అనేసింది అంటే నేను ఆలోచిస్తా ఉన్నా. దెన్ ఇమీడియట్లీ ఇన్ నో టైమ్ ఐ రియలైజ్డ్ what will happen if she goes to the set with the dress. And the moment I realized it, I got a call from Shekar. Oh, ఏమి ఇచ్చావు అమ్మాయి బట్ శేఖర్ అమ్మాయి వేసుకుని వెళ్ళిపోయింది అని చెప్పి. సో నేను పంపించేస్తున్నాను చేంజ్ అని. అంటే వీఆర్ ఇన్ సచ్ sync. Me and the director were
మీ
like,
ఇద్దరికి ఉంది కాబట్టి
then Tamanna understood and said, sorry Josh and చెప్పి.
Okay.
But then they used to struggle to understand what we are trying to do. ఏంటి handlooms ఏంటి khadi ఏంటి and they want bright fabrics and bling and all that. So later on మళ్ళీ I tried with Rana తో అదే problem. Rana first cinema and he is the son of a big producer called Suresh Babu. He went to Dubai and shopped a lot of clothes. And he comes to me and I am the designer.
And you will be with the khadi.
Yeah, something else.
Those shirts and all proper formals kind of అందులో look.
So what we tried is we made him whatever he bought. నేను team up చేసి we worked a look for him. He has 3 phases in the movie. ఒక phase ఏంటంటే he just back from US. His dad is died. And now he's like in confusion and he's not understanding how good or bad his dad is. And he realizes he should get into politics. Our phase law we used all those Ralph Lauren shirts and all that which he bought. So Tommy Hilfiger's and Wadesam. Then he gets into the game of politics. He buys everybody with the money which his dad accumulated and becomes a CM. Akadem whatever linen shirts everybody. Because now he is like a CM. But he's not completely transformed. He's still having the old and he's still that sophisticated
that
look,
US
glossy. So we tried linen shirts. But then కొంత అలా స్కీమీగా ఒక స్మార్ట్ సీన్ ఉన్న తర్వాత వాళ్ళ మూమెంట్లో we realizes that it's not working and ఏమవుతుంది ఒక అమ్మాయి ఎవరినో రేప్ చేసి చంపేస్తారు సినిమాలో. And because that guy who raped her and killed her has the support of or is the son of a home minister something like that. So ఏం చేయలేకపోతాడు ఆ మూమెంట్ లో he gets really frustrated, resigns and he starts doing a పాదయాత్ర. అక్కడ నేను ఖాదీస్ అట్లా దిగాను. And now he's getting like rubber meets the road లాగా he is meeting with the reality of India. He's walking on the dirty roads, meeting with the farmers and దుమ్ము పడుతుంది. So now he's like became a part of the soil. Natives తో కలిసి అప్పుడు then he evolves into a bigger better. So 3 phases లో different బట్టలు వాడమన్నమాట. సో ఇవన్నీ కూడా స్ట్రగుల్. ఎందుకు స్ట్రగుల్ అంటే యాక్టర్స్ ఆర్ అబ్సెస్డ్ విత్ దెమ్సెల్వ్స్ అండ్ దే హ్యావ్ ఇమేజ్ అబౌట్ దెమ్సెల్వ్స్. మేము ఇట్లా ఉంటేనే బాగుంటాం, ఇలా ఉంటే బాగుండు. సో వాళ్ళకి అది బ్రేక్ చేయడం మనకు చాలా కష్టం. మెనీ డిజైనర్స్ వాట్ దే డూ ఇస్ దే గో విత్ ద ఫ్లో. చాలా మంది దే ఆర్ మెనీ యంగ్ డిజైనర్స్ హూ వర్క్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ ఇన్ తెలుగు ఫిల్మ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ, మేడ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ మనీ. But the problem with them is like they work for the actors. So I'm Allu Arjun personal design అనుకోండి, we won't be having like great rapport, but we won't be having anything to do with the script. Script వర్క్ ఇప్పుడు వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు. పుష్ప ఇలాంటి సినిమాలు వచ్చినప్పుడు they are actually thinking what kind of authentic clothes should be given and ఆలోచిస్తున్నారు. Otherwise they'll just give clothes that would make him look like a model. But this is not fashion, this is costume.
Correct.
So fashion ki costume ki teda enti, costume has a character. It has a time period, it has a story written for him. Right? Fashion is like it's individual expression. Right? You can design your own clothes like the way you want to do it and say this is my signature style and which ever adanti. Right? Like that's how I want to express my creative abilities. This is how I'm imagining people to be wearing clothes. And a fashion designer can give a statement. That's what we see in fashion TV and all that. Crazy. But then that's what a designer thinks that people should be wearing. Costume designer is not like that. We are actually part of a big 24 crafts, and your job is to give life to the imaginary character the director wrote, the writer wrote. It's not real. You have to give flesh and blood to that character. You have to give clothes, you have to give makeup, but make him real. Then that person would connect with the audience. The audience will love him and then the movie will become a hit. So ekkada kuda idi fake అని అనిపించినా that this character is real కాదు అనిపించగానే ఏమవుతుందంటే we won't get connected with the character. So people won't feel what he feels. People don't experience what he experiences. Because the director director Shekar kuda he felt that we are pushing an agenda, but then he realized many consumers and audience who have brains would keep on telling him that what you tried is good. We tried something which is really crazy.
That was really good. Our image that gave very nice image to the characters.
I was just thinking, నిన్న ఎవరితోనో మాట్లాడుతూ some reporter was asking me about sarees. I said, what Coco Chanel said, couture or fashion is not not about luxury at all. It's the absence of vulgarity. So high fashion or premium fashion, it's not about adding bling and any కాదు. It's absence of vulgarity. Something is expensive because there is absence of vulgarity తీసేస్తే వచ్చేది high fashion. So proportional style is really good. What I look at when I look at the langavani which I did for Tamanna, I was thinking of it. Set మీదకి వస్తాం కదా, I'll be worried. Okay, I got this langavani, which is very unconventional from the langavanis which Telugu heroine did. Generally Telugu heroine ఏం చేస్తారు, లంగా ఒకటి కలర్ లో ఉంటుంది, ఓని కలర్ లో ఉంటుంది, బ్లౌజ్ కలర్. Now I make 3 of them in kalamkari, mangalgiri, and just block print it with almost monochrome, same color toti, కనిపించినట్టుగా. How will she react? How will the director react? Director would not understand. He'll think, okay, when you start, okay. So director is kind of letting it to me, giving it to me. Your call. Now heroine would not understand it, but she knows the director is with me, so she'll wear it. Chala sar ide goda avuthu. Manna nenu oka movie chesanu Gayatri ani. The heroine was Shriya Sharan.
Oh yeah.
And me and Shriya, I used once again kalamkari savi vaadanu. She has very good taste, and she endorses many good designers fabrics and many good designers clothes. But then she didn't understand what I gave into the age. So every day, like a school student, and she's like a headmaster, I would walk into her caravan and she would ask me, why do you use this purple or this brownish? I was like, it's for me to decide what I will use. What will go with what, and the designer idea. We used like have tough times and matter, but then I had to keep quiet because it affects the heroine's mood. She's already upset because of something, lose her tight on the color out naturally. She's having her own issues because she's also been there in the industry for a long time. She'll have her mental issues. She'll wake up with a lot of thoughts. Her next film will work or not having films, everything works on their minds. Now you come, costumes is so personal. Unlike art direction, you make a set. The hero is not worried unless it's image the pitching. It's not rubbing to his body. Whereas the costume is rubbing to his body, it's affecting his mood directly. So already Batleshino, she's upset kabatti. I don't want to show my talent. There are designers in Telugu film industry who are like well recognized and appreciated, who would just walk out of the set if the heroine doesn't like his clothes. Anand Kabra design room.
I know him.
So if he's like already established designer, so he'll give you the costumes to the heroine. If she says I didn't like it, she'll just throw it at itself. It's just right. You didn't like this? So he can throw that kind of tantrums because he can just walk out of this location, walk out of this set and not get affected by it. Whereas I am affected because I read the script. I know the director, and I know if the shooting stops. For some reason, నేను వెళ్ళిపోతే కాస్ట్యూమ్ నచ్చకపోతే షూటింగ్ ఆగిపోతే, the producer would be, he will be in loss of lakhs of rupees, and that will be like very bad thing for my career, and also my reputation, and it's a challenge. That's what I am hired to do. I'm hired to make sure they wear good clothes and come on the sets and deliver their best. But then most of the time they don't understand. మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, we try to take their whatever anger they're showing, and we try to convince them with our logic or our thought process. So Gayatri cinema అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, when she was giving interviews, Shriya mentioned in almost every paper interview that there is a designer who worked behind this look. Her look is like a middle class woman who's like married to an artist husband, a theatre artist husband, struggle అవుతున్నారు financially. So that look, every day I was like, what? I want to get out of that movie. But then the director is a good friend, and I know what we're doing would work. When will it work? When she wears it, sees herself on the screen. It all needs imagination. Right? Man NIFT lo visualize. We can close our eyes and visualize what kind of a garment would be made out of this fabric. They can't do it. They can't. So what will happen? Either you completely go with their flow, which would be creating nothing new. వాళ్ళు చేస్తే అదే చేస్తావు, వాళ్ళు నీకు దే బి ఫ్రెండ్స్ విత్ యూ, దే టెల్ ద ప్రొడ్యూసర్ టు రిలీజ్ ద మనీ, అండ్ మనీ బాగా వస్తుంది, మనం ఏ బిల్ ఇచ్చినా సరే ప్రొడ్యూసర్ మాట్లాడకుండా డబ్బులు ఇచ్చేస్తాడు, అంత బాగుంటుంది. nothing new would be created. Because you're not taking any risk of trying something new. So once she sees herself on this, oh, this guy tried something. He was not wasting his time or wasting my time. He was not trying to make me look bad. He's trying something new, which had to be appreciated and risked together. Director could risk cheyali, actors could risk cheyali. Appude oka kotta look tayarautundi. That's what I thought when I was just recently. I was thinking about what made Tamanna Langavani look good. Tamanna kuda Happy Days success meet lo, and she was asked by somebody, who's your favorite designer? She said, Josh is my favorite designer.
Okay.
We become the favorite designer because there is a cause we're working for. What is that cause? Character and establishes costumes.
Yeah.
So fashion is different, costume is different that way. And they only realize it once they see themselves on the screen. Whereas you already know it. But then for that to happen, director and actors should somehow contribute. Ishtamuna lepaina, let's try this. So adi jarigindi. That way costumes and her characterization got elevated. And some good thing happened in Mangalgiri, like chettinaads, like ilanti fabrics and kuda koncham they talked about. I remember Godavari tarvata, Godavari climax lo nenu oka missing checks Mangalgiri saree kuda.
Okay.
So multicolors untundi. So that's like climax. They both are walking and talking, and he's trying to give his point of view, and she's like very angry with him. All నడుచుకుంటూ వెళ్ళి చివరికి అర్థం చేసుకుని ఒకరినప్పుడు they have a tea. So I had to give something that would last. That worked. దాని తర్వాత ఒకసారి నేను విజయనగరం వెళ్ళినప్పుడు there was an exhibition happening, and I just walked to the exhibition, small exhibition. ఇలాంటి హ్యాండ్లూమ్స్ వివర్స్ అందరూ ఉన్నారు. సో మంగళగిరి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ మిస్సింగ్ చెక్స్. సో మై వైఫ్ వాజ్ ట్రైయింగ్ టు షో ఆఫ్ దిస్ గై ఇస్ ద డిజైనర్. ఎలా ఉంది సేల్ అంటే బాగానే ఉంది. మిస్సింగ్ చెక్స్ మళ్ళీ మధ్యలో రాలేదు కదా. గోదావరి సినిమా వచ్చాక బాగా సేల్స్. So she said he's the designer of Godavari. Like they can't realize it. So ultimately some good, and movie can do that. Movie can make you a murderer. Movie can make you a good buyer of handlooms like that. So ఆ విధంగా మూవీస్ ని వాడుకోవడం అనేది I tried. Because we can't put up a big billboard of linen club laga మనం పెద్ద హోర్డింగ్ పెట్టలేం కాబట్టి movies lo vaadachu anadi what I tried.
And you did a really good job because I remember all these movies. I watched those, and for very long I didn't know you were the designer. Once I got to know, I was like, I know Josh. It was a very good surprising thing for me. You have given so many ideas, tips to the viewers and listeners. Now congratulations on your first novel, Passion. We have it here. So congratulations on that book.
Thank you so much.
And you are going to make your first movie as a director.
Passion is the first novel. Khadi is third script. Actually, I was supposed to make 2 more films before this, and 2 scripts that were supposed to be made into films.
Okay.
Somehow I think like destiny brought me. Everybody, because I'm a fashion designer. When you actually make a movie, people expect you to make a movie on fashion.
Yes.
Like Rocky, yes. So like there are some designers who are like making their first film, and then they would make a movie. Manish Malhotra. I heard that he is going to make a movie on Vinani.
Okay.
So people used to ask me, "Are you making a movie on fashion?" No, I'm making a movie on Beast. There is first script of Beast, and then the second script was Gujjigada, the Bruce Lee, martial arts. But because of lockdowns, and this is a memory which has been there from 20 years back.
Okay.
NIFT days nunchi eppudu unna konni images that keep coming back into my mind.
Okay.
I wanted them to be documented. It should be registered, because what I went through is a lot of pain and a lot of personal agony. And very rarely you experience such a great emotion. Great passion, great pain, great love towards somebody, great agony of surviving in an NIFT. I'm using this word surviving in an NIFT because everybody doesn't survive, right? So this book is basically about all those, not just my story. నేను నిఫ్ట్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు లాంగ్ టైమ్ బ్యాక్, టుడే నిఫ్ట్ ఈస్ వెరీ లిబరల్ అండ్ less dangerous. NIFT was like, you don't survive. Not everybody. One of my seniors, he told me actually, He said, when you're in NIFT, play safe. Don't try to do anything crazy or too creative. Final collection lo atlo he told me this idea.
Okay.
Play safe, make everybody happy, make the faculty happy, survive this, get out of this college, then you do whatever you want to do. But inside NIFT, make sure you survive this as if you are, swimming in the midst of sharks.
Okay.
Atla undidi okappudu.
Okay.
So I seen a lot of Telugu guys who were like my juniors, detain అయిపోయి fail అయిపోయి తిరిగి వెళ్ళిపోయి. So they were my roommates also, these Telugu guys, because నేను సెకండ్ ఇయర్ లో వచ్చేటప్పటికి కాలేజ్ షిఫ్టెడ్ టు నాంపల్లి నుంచి మాదాపూర్ వచ్చింది. మాదాపూర్ ఇస్ అ స్మాల్ విలేజ్ అండ్ ఐ హ్యాడ్ అ బిగ్ 3-bedroom ఫ్లాట్ తీసుకున్నా తక్కువ రేట్కి కానీ. సో ఐ నీడెడ్ పీపుల్ టు షేర్ ద రెంట్. సో లాట్ ఆఫ్ జూనియర్స్ జాయిన్ మీ అండ్ వెన్ ఐ యూస్ టు సీ దెమ్ క్లోజ్లీ. అప్పుడు నేను 1 year సర్వైవ్ అయ్యాను నేను నిఫ్ట్లో. నాకు కూడా చాలా పెయిన్ఫుల్ మెమరీస్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. Because you're a small town guy, Telugu medium guy, come to NIFT, very sophisticated place, and you have to adjust to the environment. You should become a part of that peer group, acceptance of the peer group, and if you're a Hindi speaking guy, it's the truth is, your chance of surviving is better.
I agree. I am also a Telugu medium person, and I know the struggle.
So you can start up in front of the class, giving a presentation. You can, if at all English word ni gurtu raapothe, you can just slip to, you can conveniently say some Hindi word. And nobody would look at you like you did something wrong.
Yeah.
You can't say that, do the same thing with Telugu.
Because they won't understand that Telugu word. Yeah.
Why is this? Because Hindi is a national language. It's not even a national language. It's an official language. But in NIFT, NIFT is like English. Hindi is like a national language other than English. So all that I went through. And all the juniors I saw how they ఊరి నుంచి వచ్చి నిఫ్ట్లో సీట్ రాగానే we got through a big thing. చూసి నాకు చాలా బాధ వేసింది, ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు the dreams are broken, right? And there's nobody to help. I was a senior, one of my guys, juniors guy వచ్చాడు పాపం గుంటూరు నుంచి అక్కడి నుంచి. వాడు ఎంత స్ట్రగుల్ అయ్యాడంటే వాడికి నేను I used to encourage him with prayers and Bible verses. He's a Christian. So I used to tell him all that. And that guy is like, నాకు ఇంత అవసరమా బాస్ అంటే నువ్వు మేబీ ఐ బికమ్ ఏ గ్రేట్ ఫ్యాషన్ డిజైనర్ ఏమో కానీ ఇంత పెయిన్, ఇంత టెన్షన్, కాన్స్టెంట్గా యూ హ్యావ్ టు ప్రూవ్ యువర్ వర్త్ బీయింగ్ ఇన్ ద కాలేజ్. ఐ డోంట్ నీడ్ టు డూ ఇట్. నాకైతే తప్పదు, ఎందుకంటే నేను ఐ కేమ్ దేర్ విత్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్స్ బిహైండ్ మీ. సో ఐ కాంట్ అఫోర్డ్ టు ఫెయిల్, కాబట్టి ఐ హ్యావ్ టు ఫైట్ బ్యాక్. మెనీ పీపుల్ గేవ్ అప్. దే లైక్ enough of it, enough of this headache, not having sleep. I know many people, నా క్లాస్మేట్స్ వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా నిద్ర పట్టట్లేదు నాయన. అండ్ బికాస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు పే, ఫైనాన్షియల్ బర్డెన్ ఉంటుంది, యూ హ్యావ్ టు live a lifestyle which is like everybody, and then you come from a unprivileged backdrop, Telugu medium, fashion wise you're not fit, you're like less aware to the, and you are in a fashion design. ఇవన్నిట్లో వాళ్ళు పడే కష్టాలన్నీ కూడా దీంట్లో I documented it. And in NIFT, one more thing which is like a big thing is you're young. It's a college filled with attraction, right? Beauty everywhere, beautiful girls, and you talk about anatomy of girls. You actually work on body forms which are nude, and representations of women. So much of temptation all around you, and you're young. And it's very normal for you if you fall, right? Fall in deep temptation, or fall in passion, fall in love, and you destroy yourself. This is a story of a guy who destroyed his life because he deeply fell in love or passionate love with somebody, and how nobody helped him. Right? You're in the middle of a college, and it's very natural for you to fall when you're young, and you're surrounded by such beauty. There should be somebody to help you.
True.
That's whom we call a mentor. I have a lot of agony and pain because you have so many faculty around you who could actually help you in going in the right direction, but they didn't do it. So that's bad. That's bad. So I had to talk about it. I don't actually directly and point out cheyaledu gaani, but then I think people know what happens in IITs. Chetan Bhagat writes about the kind of pressures which are there. NIFT is no less.
True.
Maybe heroes less in Magani. Heroes people are more casual. Faculty has less control over students. But then when we were there struggling, it was it was like a temptation island or కాదు. It's like survive this. It's like a big boss.
Yeah.
It's impossible, difficult to survive. So this actually is a story
Okay.
that documents all
okay.
that I went through, because I had to document it before I forget it.
Yeah.
ఇప్పటికే చాలా టైం అయిపోయింది. So making a movie out of it is the idea.
So when can we expect the movie?
Movie would be, I think we'll start shooting from June, July is what we're looking at.
Oh wow.
So this year we'll make the movie.
Okay. All the best for that.
Thank you so much. I'm following what you're doing and I love what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
One of the reasons I think why fashion, whatever fashion we talk about, అది survive అవ్వాలంటే that weaving or handlooms or whatever, there should be awareness, right? We're talking about customers not having awareness.
Yes.
But who creates this awareness? People like you, right?
Yeah.
So these videos can be, a medium of transferring knowledge, creating an awareness. The video which we did on
Kalamkari,
right? Nobody knows
really well.
Right.
Yeah.
We go there and buy a screen printed fabric and called Kalamkari. You are cheating yourself and you're cheating the weaver and handicraft artisan there.
And after that video, I have made a documentary over it, how they make and everything, so that people will understand the struggles weavers go through. I am trying to do that with other crafts also, other handlooms. So one by one. In between, I am trying to talk to people like you so that some more awareness to the audience.
So this is a necessity.
Yeah.
This is actually a very important
needed thing.
The need of the hour.
Yeah.
It helps those people get the right recognition.
Yeah.
And make up, because there is money, there is buying power. What you don't know is the knowledge of fashion.
That's where I am trying my best to give knowledge to the consumers basically.
That's a good thing you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. And congratulations again on this book. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation.
I loved it.
Make sure to read Josh's book and wait for the release of his movie. You can follow his updates on Facebook and Instagram. I will leave the links in the description box. I've also provided a link to buy his book. I hope you found today's conversation helpful. I will bring another industry expert soon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye.